Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we're diving deep into the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Our initial report was published on our website on Tuesday, the 24th of June, 2025. And now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You don't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and obtain free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 27th of May 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a buy candidate, assigning it a score of 4.31. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced a gain of 2.64%. This equates to an average return of 0.13% per day since it was designated as a buy candidate. The exchange-traded fund is positioned within a robust and upward trend in the short term, indicating further potential for growth within this trend. The current 3-month trend suggests a possible change of approximately 13.54% over the next 3 months, with potential returns ranging between 5.12% and 22.24%. In terms of a longer perspective, our 12-month analysis forecasts a projected change of about 4.58%. Based on our assessments, the stock's performance could fluctuate between negative 13.45% and 7.23% over the upcoming year. In current terms, this would imply a future price situated between $525.15 and $650.65. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline: the SPDR S&P 500 ETF price ended at $606.78 on Tuesday, after gaining 1.1%. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF price increased by 1.1% on the last trading day, Tuesday, the 24th of June, 2025, rising from $600.15 to $606.78. During that trading day, the ETF fluctuated 0.726%, with a low at $603.41 and a high of $607.79. The price has experienced ups and downs during this period, showing a gain of 1.18% over the last 2 weeks. Volume decreased on the last day by 19 million shares, with a total of 67 million shares traded for approximately $40.55 billion. It is important to note that decreasing volume alongside rising prices can indicate divergence and may serve as an early warning of potential changes in the coming days. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $613.23, while the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price is 1.05% or $6.45 below the 52-week high of $613.23. Which is also the all-time high for the ETF. The S&P 500 is approaching record highs as investors are showing increased optimism, pushing stock prices higher despite underlying caution. On June 24, 2025, the market sentiment is characterized by a surge in stock values, driven mainly by the technology sector's performance, particularly the Nasdaq, which is up nearly 1%. However, some sectors like retail are feeling the pressure and remain underperforming year to date. This divergence suggests that while broad market indicators like SPY are positive, there are still areas of concern that might affect investor confidence. Furthermore, geopolitical tensions have not deterred market stability, with investors continuing to gravitate towards S&P 500 ETFs for safety. Looking forward, analysts predict a potential correction in the latter half of the year as various market dynamics stabilize. Stifel's chief equity strategist has indicated expectations of the S&P 500 nearing 5,500 by year-end, which implies a bullish outlook in the short term. However, if nervous sentiment beneath the surface persists, it could lead to increased volatility and price corrections down the line. For long-term investors, trends in dividend growth and the performance of dividend kings also signal underlying strength in the market. Despite recent earnings revisions, these stocks are showing resilience, indicating potential for healthy returns. This mix of optimism and caution could create fluctuating opportunities for traders, while the overall trend appears favorable, emphasizing the importance of strategic positioning in a volatile market landscape. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 exchange-traded fund. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive forecast for the ETF. Additionally, there is a general buy signal based on the relationship between these averages, where the short-term average is above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, there will be support at levels of $599.41 and $589.33. A breakdown below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. A buy signal was issued from a pivot bottom point on Tuesday, April 8, 2025, and so far, it has risen by 22.22%. Further increases are anticipated until a new top pivot is established. Notably, volume decreased during the last trading day despite price gains, resulting in a divergence between volume and price, which may serve as an early warning. Therefore, the ETF warrants close monitoring. Some negative signals have also been issued, which could influence near-term developments. Moreover, there is currently a sell signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, also known as MACD. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, sell signal. Pivots, buy signal 53 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal 10 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal 3 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 42 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 38 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal 43 days ago. The long-term moving average, buy signal 31 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 20 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. On the downside, the ETF finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $548.62 and $505.28. There's an inherent risk when an ETF tests a support level, as a breach may lead to a decline toward the next support level. In this case, SPDR S&P 500 finds support just below today's level at $548.62. If this level is breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $505.28 and $504.38. Generally, the ETF exhibits very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk associated with this ETF is considered quite low. Over the last day, the ETF fluctuated $4.38 between its high and low, which is a movement of 0.726%. In the past week, the ETF has shown a daily average volatility of 0.99%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. There is no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which implies that the ETF could move upwards swiftly under the right conditions. In this scenario, you might consider entering a position and using volume as an indicator for when to exit. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF faces its first support level at $548.62. If this support level holds, it could present a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $586.88, representing a decrease of 3.28%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily movements, resulting in minimal risk. Additionally, a buy signal has been identified from a pivot bottom established 52 days ago. Is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good investment choice? Several short-term indicators, combined with a generally favorable trend, suggest that there may be a buying opportunity at the current level. There is a reasonable chance for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF to perform well in the near future. However, after assessing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our analysis indicates that the current price appears to be overvalued. For trading on Wednesday, the 25th of June, we anticipate that the SPDR S&P 500 ETF will open lower by approximately 78 cents, beginning trading at $605.99. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By using this information, you agree and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day from all of us here at Stock Invest.